Well, gang, we're here in Burkhardt, Indiana. We're on one of the major windmill projects, one of many going across North America right now. I'm with Joe Alt, project manager, White Construction, Colin Smythe, he's the erection superintendent, and we've been lucky enough to come out, be able to shine a spotlight on an operating engineer at a local 103, Chris Burkhardt. Tell us a little bit about Chris.
It's a big responsibility being with that 16,000 crane and picking the picks. He makes a lot of weight and a lot of money going into every time he makes a pick, and we haven't had one problem whatsoever.
Sure.
He's been very competent, very reliable.
Absolutely. So Colin, basically, when Chris is in the seat, you're not worried about your iron workers underneath him?
Not at all. He's a true professional. I've worked with Chris the last 7 or 8 months. The last job before this in West Virginia on mountains, walking around big cranes, some of the biggest in the business out there. Here it's flat, but it's still treacherous, a lot of mud. We put on a lot of miles with these cranes, not necessarily designed to put on that many miles, but we do. And he does a great job walking the cranes and lifting all the pieces just as smooth as he comes. He's got great rapport with all the iron workers here.
So, more importantly, he's not taking just $1 million worth of hardware in the air, but he's looking out for folks' lives. And these guys go home to their families every night. And gang, that's why we're here. That's why we're spotlighting Chris today, because the job he does is important, it's high pressure, and he is a professional. Folks, we're at the wind farm here with Chris Burkhardt in Burkhardt, Indiana, and what you just witnessed is what operating engineers do for a living. Chris, you made that look easy.
Thanks.
He's running one of the most awesome pieces of machinery on the planet. Gang, Bruce Tarvin down at local 103 in Indianapolis, Steve McKinley, your business agent, they were the little birds that dropped your name in our ear. We saw what you did, but what I want you to do is tell me, you didn't come into the operating engineers like I did. My father was an operating engineer. I have family. I had history with the engineers. You didn't. So tell me how that happened.
Well, I was shoveling out a pile of sand in a driveway, taking several hours to do it, and a guy in a backhoe drove by several times and felt sorry for me. Asked me if he wanted me to level that out, if I wanted him to level that out for me. And I said, sure. He made a nice, slick job of it, and I asked him, I said, where do you get a job like that? And he told me he was a member of the Operating Engineers 103, and I went down the apprenticeship and applied until I got in.
So Chris, what we want to say, buddy, is that we appreciate everything that you do every day, that you come out, you represent the operators, you take care of White Construction, you look out for the iron workers that work below you every day, and you send them home to their families every night, and it's important, and I just want to say thank you. So here's what we brought for you, my friend. There's goodies involved.
All right.
First off, Ty's got a brand new buck knife. There's nothing more American than a buck knife.
Great, thank you.
We got a great pair of lacrosse work boots. Lacrosse makes some of the best work boots in America. We want you to have a pair of lacrosse work boots. Our friends at Lacrosse are going to take care of that. And lastly, this has become the symbol of the Blue Collar Spotlight. We give one of these hard hats to every person that gets one, man or woman. We want you to take it home, put it somewhere in your house, and every day that you look at this thing, you remember the day that somebody come out and said, it matters that you get up, that you go to work, and that the middle class count. So we want you to have that as well.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Well, folks, it's been an honor this week. White Construction, thanks so much for having us out here. Chris, thanks for everything you do. So on behalf of every member of our union, I love saying that, of our union, the International Union of Operating Engineers, and all the American Way Television staff, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, gang, this spotlight would not have been finished if we hadn't brought everybody into the picture that played a part in what went on here today. These windmill towers don't go up with the operating engineers all by themselves. You know, there's a gang of ironworkers here, and without those guys, Chris is doing a meaningless task. And it's kind of like a ballet when it's going on. And I just want every one of these ironworkers here to understand that what they do is important, and what they did here today counted. And these guys are professionals, and it didn't happen without them. So to all the members of this whole crew, we want all you guys to know, well done, and we all appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Tony, another deserving individual. Chris Burkhardt, you out there doing a wonderful job, running this huge piece of equipment, millions of dollars in the tips of your fingers there, not to mention the lives that are working below you that you're sending home safely every night.
Absolutely, Angie, and you know, I've got a special kinship to Chris. He and I are both graduates of the IOUE apprenticeship program. I've sat in that seat, I've felt those pressures, I understand that stress of having those giant loads at your fingertips, having men and women underneath you expecting you to get it done and send them home to their families every night. And it is a tough job, and Chris makes it look really easy. So Chris, you know what, buddy, on behalf of all of us at the American Way Television, you know, we just want to say you're a professional, you're getting it done out there. Congratulations and well done.